the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
47 years after President John F. Kennedy uttered those famous words, it fell to the last of the Kennedy brothers to bestow the legacy of Camelot on a young presidential candidate.
It's time again for a new generation of leadership. It is time now for Barack Obama.
In 2008, Senator Kennedy endorsed Barack Obama as the Democratic nominee for president. His endorsement gave the freshman senator enormous credibility. In this new candidate's vision, Kennedy believed that goals he had long fought for might finally be achieved. Yet, even as he passed the torch, Kennedy was suddenly facing his own mortality. In 2008, he was diagnosed with brain cancer. After recovering from surgery, Kennedy returned to the Senate and was greeted with a standing ovation by colleagues who had worked with him and against him for almost 50 years.
He was, in the eyes of his colleagues, truly beloved. There already is talk, you know, of his portrait going up in the Senate reception room where the five great Clay, Webster, La Follette, Taft, and Calhoun are already there. And I think he belongs up there.
I don't know what Ted Kennedy's legacy will be, but in the quarter century that I've been here, there's not been anyone quite like him.
I was talking with Vicki this morning, and she said he was ready to go, Joe. But we were not ready to let him go.
For his family, he was a guardian. For America, he was a defender of a dream.
Even in his final months, Kennedy introduced legislation he hoped would make his career-long ambition a reality, guaranteeing universal health coverage for all Americans, a battle that rages on today.
This time we will not fail. Thank you very much.
As much as Ted Kennedy's life's work belonged to the Senate, his heart belonged at the family compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, where he grew up by the sea.
There's a lot to be learned from the sea. I think in many respects it's sort of a metaphor for life. The storms that come out there that aren't predicted. And then the beautiful, warm, and lovely days. The good times.
One of those times was the day in 1986 when he gave niece Caroline away at her wedding to Edwin Schlossberg.
She was so extraordinarily happy and joyous. And Jackie was absolutely, radiant.
Following the wedding, Jackie wrote Ted a thank you letter, a token of gratitude for what he had meant to all the Kennedys over the years.
She said, "There have been 17 children besides your own, Bobby's, Pat's, Jack's, and mine, for whom you have always been there. Every graduation, every big decision, every trouble, every sad, and even every happy day. On you, the carefree youngest brother, fell a burden a hero would beg to be spared. Sick parents, lost children, desolate wives. You are a hero. Everyone is going to make it because you are always there with your love. Jackie."
Yeah.
It's about as nice as you can get.
Edward Kennedy is not perfect. He's, be the first one to tell you that. But by God, he tries harder than anybody I've ever known. I just know that when Edward Kennedy meets his maker, he's got nothing to fear.